Thanks for tuning in. This is a Sweet Cyclist. Today we're going to be looking at the MaxxHaul repair stand. So here we have the bike repair stand. I want to thank MaxxHaul for actually sending this out. This is item number 80725 in their catalog. I'm really impressed with this just based on the specs alone. If you look, it's a little bit over $40, which actually costs less than the little attachments for the Park Tool version of these. So really competitive price, can handle up to 66-pound bikes, and has a 4 folding arm stabilizer design. So first thing out of the box, we have the attachment. And as I mentioned, Park Tool's cheapest stand is about $150, and they charge about $34 for this piece. So something very similar, just a little plastic tray. Here we have the clamping arm, and this is kind of the most important part of any bike repair stand. This is what holds the frame on the stand and gives you kind of the access to it. You really want to make sure the clamp is well designed, easy to use, and doesn't mar your frame. This is actually pretty nice. Feels like kind of rubber, so it shouldn't scratch up the frame. And then a little clamping arm here with adjustable for different size frames. Here we have another piece. So it looks like this is the bottom piece. These are the arms. And it looks like if I just pull up on them, it will open up. Right, so the assembly instructions first start with the base. You can see there's a basic clamp here, and this slides up and down. And this is actually quite large, larger than I expected for sure. You can see fully bottomed out here. You basically come out here, it's like a quick release, tighten the clamp down, and then lock the skewer in place. And now you see we're pretty secure. So we'll rotate up now and we'll do the top portion. So here's the top portion. This is what the clamp attaches to. And it's just an aluminum piece of tubing. Again, we have a little clamping surface here. I'll go ahead and open that up. So here's a closer look at the clamping mechanism. It's basically a quick release. You can see when I loosen this, these two plastic pieces come apart. That lets you kind of move this up and down. And then you rotate it clockwise to tighten. And then just like your bike, quick release. Pull down on the skewer to tension it. And then pull it all the way. So you can see pretty secure once it's locked in place. Here's a clamp again. This seems pretty well constructed. A little just aluminum tube. And then you have the clamping head itself with a basic kind of quick release lever again. Same as the bottom, we're going to slide this in. We'll open this up and make sure it's loose. And this just kind of expands to accept it. And then same as with a quick release, we'll tighten this down, kind of lock it in place. So you can see locked in place, we have full rotation. And then the clamp itself here. You can actually loosen and tighten this here. And it has a little spring in here with a little wing nut to kind of adjust the height of this to accommodate different frames. So you can see full rotation here. We can also loosen this to rotate the clamp around to accommodate different positions. So the next step of the assembly is to put on the tool tray itself. This is a pretty nice piece that they provide free of charge. And it's also magnetized too, so you can see nothing's falling apart with this little magnetic strip here. To attach it, you basically have a plastic collar here. We'll run the bolts through, and then we'll put the little nuts in here and then tighten it down to hold it in place. So off camera, I went ahead and kind of assembled this. It was a lot more difficult to do on camera. So now you just kind of tighten it down using the provided Allen key. And then feels pretty secure. about it. So this is fully assembled. So here is the fully assembled repair stand. So pretty impressive. You got to remember this is only 40 bucks compared to a Park Tool tray, which is about $35. If we start from the top, you get the clamp with this really simple mechanism and kind of rubberized arms. This is rotatable, 360 degrees. This clamp head here can be loosened, and I'll let you actually rotate this around. So you can adjust the clamp head angle depending on whether you want to do the down tube, top tube, or C-post. All the clamping surfaces kind of use this quick release style. So you can see I can tighten it and I can loosen it. Once it's tightened down, it works pretty well. If we come down, this is a separate piece. This kind of comes up quite a bit. So you can go pretty high if you need to. Same kind of clamping design. And I think once it's there, it's pretty secure. This is rated up to 66 pounds, and I can believe it. Here we have the kind of front straps to hold your front wheel, prevent it from flopping around, and the tool tray with a little magnetized part here. Then if we come down to the stabilizer arms, 4-leg design. There's a little flop here. You can see it's kind of loose. This is again plastic and aluminum. With this kind of large footprint, it still feels pretty stable. And then the same kind of clamping. So if you want to loosen this, we just pop this up, lift it up, and everything will compress down to a much smaller size. So overall, pretty impressed. It's bigger than I expected, so you'll have to expect to use quite a big area if you want to use the repair stand. Alright, so now let's go over kind of the basic operation of it. I can loosen this bolt. And you can see I can rotate it around. It does need to be balanced. It will not hold it like that. However, you can kind of go crazy, flip this around, and you see it holds it pretty well. Gives you kind of good position to work on. If I loosen it again, swing it around, clamp it down. Works pretty well. You do have a little bit of play, so you do have to be aware of that. You can adjust this wing nut to clamping this down, but it's rotating around itself, so something to watch for, especially with heavier bikes. Now let's assume I'm done working on the bike. Let's pull the clamp off. Alright, now let's kind of look at the disassembly. I'm going to take off the little wheel brace. As I mentioned, not very useful. Here you can see a little bit closer. It's already kind of been getting scratched up and stretched out. You can adjust the height here. So you can see if I loosen this and I bring it up, you can go quite high. It's kind of unfortunate they don't, I guess there is this is kind of the maximum height here. You can see the little indentation. If I want to fully compress it for storage, drop it all the way down, clamp that down, take the bottom, loosen that again, and then pull up here, and then we'll clamp that down as well. And then the clamp head itself. And there you have it. Alright, now let's review the pros and cons for the work stand. I think the first pro is the price. At $40, it's pretty hard to beat. Second thing is the rotatable and height adjustable clamp. You get full rotation around the clamp itself, and then you can rotate it another 360 degrees around the work stand. And then finally, the magnetic tool tray is really nice, and it also has the slots you need to place screwdrivers or other tools. Now for some of the cons for the work stand. It has a large footprint. With that 4-arm design, it means it's very stable, but it will take up a lot of space to store and use. The other con is the clamp head can flex under load. It can still hold the bike at an angle, but there is a little bit of play back and forth, so you have to be aware of that. And finally, the plastic quick release couplers are used at the clamp head and at the bottom arms. I feel like this might be a durability issue with a longer term use. In terms of a rating, I'd give the repair stand a 8.5 out of 10. My primary concerns are the plastic couplers and the lack of replacement parts. However, for the $40 price, the clamp is well designed and the stand has the stability and adjustability you need when working on your bike. Alright, thanks for watching this review. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist, as well as our website at thesweetcyclist.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.